So I know that I'm this character. I believe myself in the situation. Now the tricky part is getting you to believe in the situation as well. So I want you to see the same things that I see. I might reach into my pocket and pull out my little friend Buddy. Hi Buddy, how you doing? Would you like to shake hands with Buddy? Go ahead, shake his hand. No, he's this tall. Yeah, there you go. Okay, very good. Buddy, yeah, he's actually quite athletic. Buddy, I want you to jump from my right hand to my left. You ready? And go. Nice. And now we're going to go back to the right hand, but do a flip. Ready? And go. Okay. Now it's the double flip time, Buddy. Ready? Twice in the air. Do you think you can do it? I think so. Go, 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 go. Yes! What color is Buddy's hair? Red. Red hair. I think so too. I think so. Anybody else see something different? Is he thin or fat?
Thin.
Thin. Thin. We all said he's thin. There's no correct answer. It doesn't matter what Buddy looks like. But as I continued and I'm doing the flips, you had to see it in order to know whether or not he did the flip, because you want to know whether he can do it. The nice thing about Toastmasters is that everybody in the room wants you to succeed. Nobody is sitting here saying, boy, I hope that Dennis really blows this speech today, except for Chris. So knowing that everybody in the room wants to go along with you, if I say shave and a haircut,
Two bits.
I'm going to get 2 bits. I'm going to get 2 bits back. So if I ask you to go along with me in my little story, you're going to go along. And I don't have to worry about that. And by not worrying about it, I can take risks and try new things. So I might tell a story about being a delightful little princess. I love my bedroom. I love my big soft bed with its satin coverlet, gold of course, and the pink pillows, they're so soft. They're so smooth and cool when I lay down at night. And over here is my day bed, where I spend most of my day. And in the middle of the room, my very favorite thing, my fountain, my crystal fountain. It has little gold creatures all around it, with the glass filigree laid down. And in the middle, King Poseidon in emerald glass with his gold triton. When I am in my room and I'm relaxing, there is nothing I like better than to spin and spin and dance right through my fountain. So when you set that stage and people see your beautiful room, you don't want to be walking through the areas that you've already set up. Careful about it. If I want to change the scene, now the princess is going off into the woods, first thing I'll do is, and that was the end of the bedroom. And I can erase it just like that. There, change the scene. But if I say, that's where the fountain is, and I convince you that there's a glass figure on top, I better not spin right through the middle of it. Another speaker was talking about cooking for her family. And she has this wonderful story where she put a casserole into the oven. She walked up, she slid it into the oven, and then she goes on, she's giving her speech, and later on, oh my God, I forgot about the casserole. And she goes and opens the oven and pulls it out. Now, unless she's on public television doing a cooking show, we don't know why she did that. Well, it turns out she's got one of those 2-tiered ovens. She forgot which oven she put it in. So you have to believe the scene and stick with your reality when you're giving the speech. Otherwise, everybody in the audience is going, now wait a second, that's not where the casserole was. We had a lot of fun. Now, I saw one more fellow, he was talking about an orangutan. This was like a brother to it. This is a creature that lived with his family, and he treated it like a brother. That was the whole story. And at one point, the orangutan got too aggressive, and they had to give it away, and the orangutan walked away with a dejected sort of gait. All right. That looks like me walking away. I'm sorry, because I walk like an orangutan. So if an orangutan is walking away dejected, he's going to walk away like this. Good? Get the arms long. Get them down. If you're going to be the character, invest yourself completely in the character. If it's too physically demanding, like my little dog, then look at it and watch it as it goes away. But if you step into that role, give yourself over to it completely so that people will believe it too. So those are my three steps. First thing you do is believe yourself as the character, put yourself into that environment, and then share the idea with other people. Would anybody like to try this with me today, besides Chris? Good, good. 2, 3, you're going to try it? Excellent. Okay. Go ahead. Come on. Come on, Chris. I think we'll have time for 3. That's good. Chris, you're going to tell us about a wildlife encounter on a camping trip. You, my friend, are going to talk about your hometown. Okay. Describe it to us. And you, first trip to a big city. Okay? I'm going to give you 5 minutes to prepare. And I'd like to give you all 1 minute to come up here and help us to see that environment. By becoming you or a character in that environment, I want you to describe the setting and have us see it along with you. Can you do that? Now, the one caveat I have here is I want you to tell us a story. I don't want you to have to actually live it like I was being the princess at that point. So I want you to tell us a story and describe things. You don't have to actually be in the first person. Get it? Questions? Have a seat, relax. We'll pull you up in a couple of minutes. While they're preparing, do you have any questions for me, Q&A?
So you mentioned that you don't look in the mirror and practice your facial expressions, but do you actually watch yourself do your gestures on video for your speeches?
It's so funny. I've got my video playing over there. I watch myself on video, but it's pure vanity. I just think I'm the best. I love to watch myself speak, and so I'm always just, I turn the video on. I also teach drawing to 5th graders in the neighborhood, so I'll do my drawing lesson and videotape it, and then I'm editing it, and it takes me forever because I just love to watch myself. But do I sit there and watch myself and say, oh, you're doing that gesture wrong, you're doing that facial expression? Only in the very broadest terms, the very broadest sense of it. I would probably simply say, you don't believe it there, and it's obvious.
I'm not sure how to ask this, but you have given yourself permission to just act outrageous. You have big gestures, you have loud gestures. That doesn't come easy for lots of people. How did you work on that? Or?
Most people will tell you I worked on toning it down. But I think that you're absolutely right. The key is giving yourself permission to make a fool of yourself. And there's no better place to make a fool of yourself than Toastmasters, because everybody wants you to do well. So if you have trouble, and we do have trouble, we're at I have a club, the Prep Squad. I guess it's kind of similar to this, where we work with people to help them to win contests. And we will sit there and scream at people from the back of the room, louder, louder, you've got to let it go, until they'll actually scream back at us and really give us that power for it. So you can work at it if you need to, I suppose, but this is the place to do it. All right, who'd like to go first? Okay, Chris. Chris, you're going to. Good job. So, share a wildlife encounter with us.
Okay. This is a story about a man who went camping. And of course, when you go camping, you go on a hike. Now, just for argument's sake, let's call this man Dennis. Dennis came from a hike, and he had such a great time, but it was something he hadn't done in admittedly over a year. So he's very, very, very sore, right? So he takes a rest in his tent here. And during the night, when he's resting, he hears something. Okay, so he wakes up. What was that? What is that? So he gets out of his tent and looks around, and he's kind of sore. But he sits over his campfire. Okay, all the meat he was cooking on his campfire is gone. But some of it is still there. Some of it's kind of eaten. What could have eaten it? Okay, he looks around. He's kind of scared. He's kind of nervous around, looking around for it. Looks around his tent, maybe. Nothing around there. Then he figures, well, if it was out to get him to eat him, it's probably just, it would have done it by now. But since it hasn't, it's probably just a small animal. So he gets angry. Where is that thing that ate my food? Where is it? Well, maybe it's, oh, wait, I see something behind that bush over there. I think he's going to go over there and get it, and he's going to look, right, on the count of 3, he's going to look behind the curtain. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And that's the end of the story.
I love it.
I just have to ask Chris, what kind of crazy-ass campground do you go to that has drapes?
Good kind, District 57 kind.
Now, what was the animal?
Something that ate him and thus ended the story.
I see. And the most unbelievable part of your story was that you hid behind this, and I could never do that. You're my friend. You got time for one more?
We've got time for 2 more.
Oh, 2 more. Excellent. Great. All right, and you're going to take us back to your hometown.
Not ready yet, but I'm gonna be ready. So I'm sleeping on my bed, and I slowly wake up to the wallowing music that is coming from outside my home. And I wake up and I'm ready to have my breakfast. So I take my glass, the empty glass of milk, and I just put it outside, and the cow comes and puts milk. And I drink the milk. I'm ready for some fruit, so I put my hand outside. There's a bunch of grapes, and I take some grapes and I eat them. Now, I'm ready to take a bath. Oh, there are 4 ladies ready to bathe me. I step in to the pond. Careful, ladies. Bathe. And I step outside. That's a river flowing right there next to my home. And look at those dots. Oh. And that is my hometown.
So the first question is, what kind of crazy-ass hometown do you live in where cows come and give you milk? Cupertino. I was going to ask, can I move there, but apparently I live on the wrong side. I'm in the Rancho Lincoln section. Now, I want to point something out. I always like to pick on people. It was great the way you described the bath and you're ready to get in. And this is something we all have to watch out for. He stepped into the bath. Stepped in with this foot really dramatically, and this one right through the water all over the place. So that's a lot of fun. But I like the 4 wheels.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for inviting me down here today. I had a lot of fun. I hope that I can come back and visit you again. What are the 3 things we have to remember? Become the character, believe the story, and share your story with others. Great job. And now I would sincerely like to thank Chris for the great job he's doing as Toastmaster.